All right, welcome to Creator Hardware, where today we're talking about the parts I'm going to use to build a network attached storage using UnRaid. All right, the monkey in the room is the Fractal Design R5. Now I got this case specifically for this. Hard drive storages, 6 terabyte Iron Wolf drives, specifically red NAS drives. Now I know I'm gonna get comments about Western Digital and Seagate's reliability, etc., etc. I went with Seagate. Why? Because I've used Seagate. I haven't had any problems with them, but I have had problems with Western Digital. So I went Seagate. Your mileage on Seagate may vary, but I haven't had any trouble out of the Seagates I've used, so I went there. I'm using UnRaid for this. Hopefully it works out well for me, but because I've never used it before, but I have 5 6 terabyte drives for mass storage and then 1 6 terabyte as a parity drive. I'm only going with 1 parity drive right now, but as you can see, I can add 2 more hard drives and I can buy another cage and put 2 more up here, or 3 more, I think. Very nice case for hard drive storage. I will be replacing the Fractal Design fans with Be Quiet fans. One, I have them and they're quiet. Be quiet. They came out of this computer. I have them, so I might as well use them. Let's talk about the rest of the parts we're going to use in this build. Now I've got a 1 terabyte NVMe from Sabrent. This is going to be my cache drive. You don't understand that? Basically it writes it, the data you're transferring to it writes it to this and then a hard drive, speeding up the process. That's why NVMe. 16 gigabytes of 3200 speed, Vengeance from Corsair. Not super fast, not a lot of it. It's really just gonna be a server for mass storage. It's not gonna be a Plex server. I don't have a need for a Plex server. It's literally just gonna be a big box that houses a lot of video footage for the channels. Motherboard, now this one, I'm going all new components. I am not doing used server parts. I'm not going with anything like that. Yes, I know you can save money doing that. It's an option for you. I didn't want to go through the rigmarole of eBay and getting parts that don't work, parts that don't fit. I just wanted fast, easy, simple. So yes, it's probably gonna be a little more expensive, my version, but time constraints, so I'm just going brand new. I'm using the MSI Mag B550 Tomahawk. In case you can't tell, it's gonna be a Ryzen build. Now, the processor is the one thing I don't have right now. Should be here today, but I don't have it to shoot this video. It is a 3600, not a X or anything like that. It's just a 3600. It's a chip to write data. I mean, I'm not going, hugely expensive. I'm not going, use Xeon or anything like that. It's literally just a controller. So mid-tier process should be more than enough for my needs, as again, it's just mass storage. Now, there is no graphics card that's going to be permanently installed in the system. One, if you know anything about computers, good luck finding a graphics card. Two, once it's all set up, it won't need a graphics card. Everything's done through a web interface. So once it's on, powered on, and set up as a server, I go through a computer to access it. I don't have to have a physical keyboard or monitor. I am not setting this up to be a editing station. I'm not setting it up to be an ingest station. It literally is archive footage only. There may be a point where I turn it into an ingest station, but unlikely I will ever edit off of this. It'll all be natively edited on the Revel PC behind me and then put on the server. That's probably just the way I'm gonna do it for now. I may change that in the future. I'm probably gonna do it the same way I've been doing it. Ingest it into my PC after they're both done and archived for the month. Then I will export them to the NAS and then have them in deep storage. Now, one other component that we can't forget is a dedicated UPS. Now, this is a 600 watt UPS, and it should be good enough to give me time to shut down the server if anything happens. Probably won't have any issues with power. It'll just be in case of a brownout or a, power outage, but give me time to shut it down. Power supply, since we're talking about power, I went with a Seasonic Focus GX 750 power supply. Seasonic is OEM for a lot of rebranded power supplies, so figured it should be fine for my needs. 80 plus gold rated. I probably should have gone platinum, but this should work fine. So this is part one. This is where I talk about the parts. Next video on this, I will be building it, and then I will have a final video where I have it all set up and I'm transferring stuff. One final note, I am not planning on putting a 10 gig NIC card in this. I don't have a 10 gig card in my PC. I don't have a 10 gig switch. So right now, it's just gonna be 1 gig. It's not gonna be a fast transfer, but it will be a fine transfer for the amount of footage I'm gonna move over there once a month. If I want to upgrade in the future, I can always put a 10 gig card in my PC, the server, and get a network switch that's 10 gig. Right now, I don't need it, so I'm not going to. Make sure and subscribe so you get to see this get built. As always, hit record, hit upload. Thanks for watching. This is Creator Hardware.